All right, everyone. Winter is upon us here in Minnesota. It snowed yesterday. Supposed to get more tomorrow. Um, I've come to enjoy my regular season bag too much. There's some gems in here that I don't feel like losing in the wintertime. So I'm going to walk you through me building an actual winter bag, slightly smaller, lighter for when I'm out there tramping through the deep snow. Hopefully not so deep, but so I figured I'd show you what I'm going to build for a winter bag here. It'll have some of the stuff I have been throwing, just so it's not a completely fresh bag. But it'll be a lot lighter than carrying around, 30 plus discs. So first and foremost, we'll start with the putting putters that I was using. A couple of beat up P Model S's, the first Kahle bottom stamps. These are still good to use. I used them all last winter as well. So throw these in the top. Those are the easy part. Kind of a straighter flying putter. I have this old Worlds PA4. They released this two-tone stamp at Worlds. This one has a couple of aces on it, including one bonus ace at BRP. So I'm not going to carry this one just because I don't want to lose it. Luckily, I have quite a few that fly similar. I have one that's exactly the same that I can throw. But I was actually going to lean back on some older ones. I have some red Proto PA4s here. A couple of these have aces on it, some don't. So I'll just take one that doesn't and throw it in the bag for a straighter, glidey, torque resistant PA4. If you can get your hands on one of these, do it. I suggest it. So this one will go in as kind of my straighter flying putter. The PA1 that I've been throwing that everybody knows is my baby of the last 10 years. This has 10 different aces on it. It's got me $1,200 in ace pulls, but it is getting old. It doesn't hyzer nearly what it used to, of course. And I am nervous about shattering it on a tree hit in this cold weather. So we're going to throw a new one in. And the one I'm actually throwing in is an old Proto. This is the one that I threw to actually win the veteran basket at the Coon Rapids League Grand Prize there. So this one will go in. I have been throwing it a little bit ever since I threw it in for the basket. But this one is a brand new one to what this one started out as. So hopefully this one gets beat in a little bit more and starts to fly a little straighter, but still has nice consistent fade. So that one will go in. I do have a couple of mids that I'll be taking out of the bag here, but I have an M4 that I'm going to try in the wintertime here. It's got a cool UFO stamp on it, so I'll try this one out for an M4 slot. I have this M3 that I got from Kahle. It's got the Link stamp on it. I think I only threw this one once trying it. I really enjoyed the color and the stamp on it, so I got it from them. I'll throw this one in for the wintertime just to see what it flies like. As for the mids, I will continue to throw. I got other bunch of M3s in here. I carry 4 or 5 of them. I forget which, but I have a Flippy one. Flippy M3. This is the first M3 I ever bought. The day they came out and Kahle got them in his shop, this is the one I bought. The die was done by Dan Schnabel, so shout out to him. This one is, I've thrown it for so long, I know how it flies, so this one has to stay in. That'll be my Flippy M3. A straighter to slightly overstable M3, Gothic Stamp 400. I threw this one in for an ace at Brookview last year during a tournament in the winter, so I'm going to hope to do this again next weekend. We got a first Brookview tournament here, so hopefully this one finds chains again, win me some more money. And then for the overstable slot, I have this old X-Out Proto M2 with the Koi stamp on it. It's one of the old gray ones, so you know it flies good. So this will be my overstable mid. Got to have one of those in the bag. The fairways I was throwing, I carry a bunch of different fairways. I have 2 F5s, old Proto ones. Each of these are 166, but they're white, so I can't throw those in the wintertime. So I'm going to replace them with an airborne stamped F5. Good looking owl. I like the colors on this one. It is fingerprinty because it's been sitting. Getting that chalkiness, that'll help with grip in the wintertime. Throw that one in there. And a couple F2s in here. One 500 one and then a 400 Spectrum preserve stamp. I'm going to throw that one in the bag because I really enjoy this color and I have a few backups. So this one will go in. I really enjoy this disc. Overstable stuff. FX2. I got the 750 Dickerson one and the 400 Spectrum bar stamps. This one's a little bit straighter, more glide. This one's a tank. I'll probably carry both of them just for different shots. H3V2s, I was carrying 2 of them. One flippier one kind of overstable with glide. I'll probably put this one in the bag for this winter. Good dark colors, you see it everywhere in the snow, and hopefully beat it in a little bit more to kind of start to replace that yellow one. So put that one in there. Carry an X1 because if you're a Prodigy guy and you own one, you put one in the bag for certain situations. So that one will stay in there. As for distance drivers, there's a couple of new ones I have, a couple other ones I'd like to try off of the rack back here. First and foremost, an overstable D2 Thomas Gilbert. These things are tanks. If you've thrown them, you know. If you haven't, they're super overstable. So that'll be my overstable slot. What's up, buddy? I got a couple of pretty 400 Spectrums in the mail. It's kind of pastel-y looking one. And then this beautiful Sunburst. The Sunburst will probably go in the bag. I don't even know what it flies like yet. I haven't thrown it. But just that pretty deserves to be thrown, so it'll go in the bag. Figure out how that flies later this week. One other disc that I have a replacement for, 500 A2. This one has my only out-of-state ace on it, Bradley Park, while I was at Ledgestone. So I don't want to lose that because it's kind of special, but I need an overstable approach disc with less glide than a mid, less glide than a putter too, I guess. Won't be affected by the wind, so I'm going to go with this 500 A2. It's got the bottom stamp, team stamp on it, so I'll throw that one in the bag to replace my A2. Straighter flying D2. I've thrown a few of them this year. This Preserve one I'm really enjoying. Cool pink 400 Spectrum. So this one will be my straighter flying D2. Sorry, 400 D2. I have some room in here for others if I decide to put something else in. I've got a couple of random putters I was trying. I bought some of these, the Halloween special PA3s. These were the factory seconds. This one is a 160 weight and it's just absolutely a tank. So this one may go in there, kind of to harmonize with my PA1 for now. Hopefully this thing breaks in and flies a little straighter because this thing just out of the hand wants to hit the ground. So I'm hoping to beat this one in and have it do wonders. So maybe that one will go in there. Otherwise, you know, some drivers I've been messing with. I got a 500 Big Star D2. This thing is a tank. This thing I'd like to beat in for next year. And then I got this very cool custom dyed D2 at States this year from Roger. Just up and handed it to me out of his tank. He said if I ever make a ton of money, that's when I own payment for it. So, Roger, hopefully I make a ton of money and I can pay you for this one day. So that one, and it's white on the bottom, so I don't know if it'll go in the bag this winter, but maybe, possibly. And I think that's it, really. Everything else, too pretty to lose, or kind of looking for a replacement anyways. The camera cut out on me. Recording stopped right at the end there, so I think what I was saying was, you know, don't hesitate to say hi to me out on the course. You know, I seem like a friendly enough guy, I think, so I'll be out there when I can this winter. I'm kind of a fair weather guy nowadays, but yeah, come say hi if you see me out on the course. If you want to check out anything Prodigy, hit me up. I'll let you throw some stuff. But I want to thank my sponsors, Prodigy Disc and Big Cat Disc Golf. Till then, bang those chains.